themselves. Hello guys, and good evening. Hello and good evening, welcome back to IIRL on Twitch. Hope you're really well. If you're wondering why I'm laughing to myself, I've got TD with me here tonight and he's making me laugh.
I have now included
and I still don't know if he's included his audio yet.
I have now.
I have to say, it's nice to have you back, TD, on the comms.
Everyone missed me. Everyone
really
missed my food talk.
There's been a bit of a change of plan for tonight. I'm hosting and streaming at the same time, so if I go quiet for a bit, I'm just inviting people in. We'll try and get everyone in as soon as we can.
And if I go quiet for a bit, it's because I'm eating.
That's just standard.
TV, just standard.
Right, who are we missing?
Me.
I wish we were missing you, to be
honest.
honest.
I do, innit? I can just go now if you want.
Right, okay.
We are missing.
Should have
my Red Bull. I don't know who's in the Red Bull.
Okay, so we are missing Phil, but he'll be on in a minute or so.
Tucker? Is Tucker racing? No, Tucker's not racing, is he?
Tucker's not here.
Spark. Is Spark racing?
No, not today.
Both
Chelsea might be a bit late.
We need Viel.
IIRL's not racing either.
We've got both.
I gave Hammy the Alpine. I gave Hammy the Alpine, but I'm not sure if he's racing. He
Phil's here.
So Phil's here, cool.
Did you give anyone McLaren?
Aki keeps joining the wrong car. It's very frustrating.
Where's Aki meant to be?
McLaren.
Ah! He just wants that lovely Mercedes.
Do you mind sending them an Xbox message?
Yeah, I'm literally just gonna do it now.
Thank you. Good evening, guys. Sorry if it's a little bit waffly. I'm a host tonight and streamer, so it's just a little bit complex trying to get everyone in, making sure everyone's here before we go. Yeah, good evening, Godlocks and Kate. Hope you're well.
Hello,
hey, Ritz, how you doing, mate? I have TD with me. You probably... I don't know if Kate will... I don't know if these people in chat will know your voice.
I've never seen them before.
This is TD. He's a giant, colossal pain in my butt
I can give an
introduction
introduction for myself. Are you ready?
Go on.
I'm TD. I like food and I eat a lot. and I am the biggest pain in the bum in the world.
To be fair, that does sum it up.
It's about right. And I am better at F1 than Tim.
Yeah, that's true. But at least I'm not a giant, colossal anus, so...
No, you're just a giant, colossal bumhole.
Keep it together, Tim. Come on.
He just knew it
Right,
was gonna
Aki,
be
if
like.
you're watching the stream, please get out of the Ferrari.
I've
Go in
sent
the
him a
McLaren
message,
like I asked.
McLaren, please, but he's not even bloody.
TJ, we're not ready. Aki needs to get into the McLaren.
A sub for Lime is pulling into his neighbourhood, he said, so it'll be like probably like a minute alert. Whatever.
Don't worry about that. He can. I imagine he'll join before Aki moves cars anyway. So. Right. So I don't think Hammy's racing. So that's fine. So that's down to 17. And I think Chelsea might be late. So once Sub is here. And
Aki looks
join
at the chat.
So I don't understand this. Maybe he just doesn't like the McLaren. I've asked McLaren and he's gone Williams. What's going on?
Is it Williams? What's he doing?
Williams is free. If you want it.
No, McLaren. No! McLaren.
My words. How hard is it to pick a car?
He did McLaren. Hooray! He's done it! Oh,
There we
God,
go.
Snacks is here now.
Right, okay.
Bloody hell.
Hopefully a clean race than last week. Yes, fingers crossed. We can all hope.
Oh, well.
Eek, I'm on the train. Wi-Fi's bad. That's annoying. Evening Snacks, how you doing, mate? Yeah, let's go.
Cool. Why does Snacks have to be like... Oh, someone's just joined.
Oh, Sub's
Oh,
joining
Sub's
as
here.
we're getting ready. That's brilliant timing, Sub.
And then we just need Chelsea now. Always Chelsea. Always Chelsea bottling
Wait,
it like they do in
something's
football.
wrong on my attendance. I don't understand what's wrong.
Something wrong with you.
That's bizarre. We should have... Ah, yes, I know what it is. Don't worry. Ignore me. Ditzy moment for Sun God.
Just, if I could play this, I would play it, but it's got a bad word in it, so I can't. Starts with R and ends in etard.
Yeah, you can't say that.
Yeah. I think you already know
Don't
which
get us
video
banned
I'm
from
on about.
Twitch on your first stream.
You know which video I'm on about as well.
Anyways, moving on. This evening is the last of our 3 races this week. Assist Tier 2 on Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. I'm sure TD's had many crashes there because he's bad at the game. I had a bad race on Thursday. So it's a track where it's very common to make a mistake, and there's something wrong with my screen. Why can I not see people's name?
What a great
Can you
start.
see the people's list?
Indeed,
the list of
indeed I
names?
can, yes. I can.
Right, for some reason I can't.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh my goodness. This game makes me want to... Is anyone out on track?
Not of a minute, no. It's been a minute
Okay, because
and
I can't...
25. And
Why
no one
is
has
this
gone out.
Ah, here we go. Right, here we go. There we go. We were just doing a loading screen, it seems. There we go, we're fixed. I was about to leave there, I'm so glad I didn't.
If anyone is in chat, could you tell us about the weather?
Weather is clear, because there's a weather bug.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Some
clear
Red
weather.
Bull is going out, upcoming Karma. Oh, and an Alfa Romeo, I think of Bloisy. Yeah.
Oh, there's a race out of the pits.
Lois is first out.
In case you're new around here, my name is Sungle26, head of streamers here at IIRL. Hope you are really welcome in the stream. If you want to say hi in the chat, feel free, but if you don't, that's absolutely fine. We hope you enjoy your time here on the channel. In case you love those stats, here are the league standings. Look at the assist tier 2 bunch, and we're at Canada here tonight for round 9 of 22. 3 races a week at IIRL, and if you want to know a bit more about the league, that is the little bit in chat there. And thank you, Snacks, for the Canada thing. If you want to know a bit more about this track,
I can tell you about this track.
go on then, TD. Tell us about this track.
It is absolutely horrific.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Fair play.
If you couldn't tell by what I just said, I absolutely despise this track.
TD, seeing as you love this track so much, would you like to do a track tour with upcoming Karma?
I can do, yes. Let me find him. Where is he? There he is. He's going through the final chicane now. Very good. Not to invalidate, as is easy to invalidate. Open the RS. Puts in the start finish line. Then through turn 1, hit the apex on the left, then swing it over to the right through turn 2. A long corner, getting on the traction nice and well. Then going through to the second chicane, make sure not to invalidate, which he doesn't, keeps it nice and safe, doesn't hit the wall. Coming to the end of sector 1 now. Another tricky chicane, hooks the inside nice and well, hooks the outside, and gets on the traction good, opens DRS, maybe getting a little bit of slipstream from the Alfa Romeo. Under the bridge and through to another chicane, does it nice and well, a little bit of margin on the right hand side, but no problem there. Through to the end of sector 2 to a tricky hairpin, getting on the power. Hooks it up nice and well on the inside, gets on the power, and it's flat all the way to the final chicane now. Opening DRS, getting the shortest run on the left hand side. And getting to the chicane, braking about 100 metres. Clipping the curves nicely, keeping out of the wall of champions. Until the line, up on the car goes and does an 11.6 to set the benchmark.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Change driving now. Hopefully you make it in for the end. Good luck, gentlemen. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy your travel. So no assist, pole position time on Tuesday.
11.9.
109.9. Pole position on Thursday night was a 109.7.
Oh, damn it.
So if we see any 1 minute 9s, I think we kick them out.
If I say a 1 minute 9, they need to be an AZ1. I couldn't even get that.
Possibly pole time might be around the mid 1 minute 10s tonight. So anything towards the low 1 minute 11s or 1 minute 10s will get you safely through to Q2 and Q3 most probably. Any on boards with Apache? I could probably do that. Unfortunately, Apache is coming to the end of a lap, but it looks like he's going for one more, so ask and you shall receive. Go on board with Apache. Hey Kai, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Now, we'll mention this more next week, but I'll get it in there nice and quickly. You do not want to miss next week's streams. We are at Silverstone. For a lot of these drivers, it's their home race. And we have a sponsor for the stream for every single week, every single race next week on the stream. We'll tell you a bit more about that next week. So that's an added incentive to join the stream next week.
Actually, just touched the wall out of the second chicane. We'll have definitely compromised this time.
Yeah, it looked like the car stepped out a little bit through turn 5 and just had to correct.
Yeah.
So do you like anything about this track, Tina?
No.
Nothing.
No, it's all horrific.
Okay.
Every single little bit. Actually, I like the straights and that's about it.
Well, we shouldn't have to do anything.
Yeah. As he comes to the end of his lap and goes third.
Decent lap.
Solid lap by Mark D as well.
Hopefully you don't call him Silly Hilly. You remember when you did that?
Yeah, with Austria.
I love how you remember the track as well. So Hissy is leading the championship. I need to refresh my page. Hissy on 87 points so far, 15 ahead of Tay, who closed the gap at the top by 15 points, getting a third place last week in Baku. So there's only 15 points separating the top two here, which means a DNF for either Hissy or Tay could be quite crucial in the championship. But we've still got over half the season left, so it's not decisive right now.
Scott and
further
UFC,
back.
safety car bingo, lap 4.
Yeah, get some predictions in for either laps of safety cars or how many safety cars you think there'll be tonight.
2.
You think 2?
Yeah.
Okay. I think 3. 2 full safety cars, 1 VSC. That's what I'm thinking. So Hissy and Tay, top 2 in the championship right now. They have a 17-point lead over third place, and it's pretty interesting, this battle. Akaris, Mason and Karma, only 5 points separating them. And currently Karma up in second. Akaris only 6th at the moment. And Mason is 7th right now. So currently Karma, if things stand in the race, due to potentially take over third place in the championship. As for constructors, Ferrari leading the way by 28 points. Haas team are second and only ahead of AlphaTauri by 3 points here, so it's all pretty close in the constructors, all to play for.
Both Red Bulls look to be very solid at this track. Phil goes the fastest.
Yep, nice lap there from Phil. And here comes Novatek. It's a 12.1. Good enough for 4th place right now, although Hissy has just come across the line to go P4 himself, so Hissy's getting quicker.
I think Aki's on another lap.
Tay crashed on an outlap.
Oh dear.
He was going slow, and then I think put a bit too many revs, and yeah, has gone into the wall, and he'll need to pit to get a new front wing.
Oh, Aki improved by 1.1 seconds, but invalidated at the final chicane.
Oh, that's tough.
It's
That will
very
invalidate your
easily
next
done.
lap as well.
Very easily
Yeah.
done. Alpha Matt
Your message Padge about joining. Padge is away for the moment. I don't know when Padge will be back, but I'm sure when Padge's back he'll sort you out, mate. So yeah, I don't know how long it will take, but we will get you in, don't worry. Alpha Matti goes 7th.
A little bit naughty by Aki there.
Why, what did Aki do?
What was chicane? Little bit
Which
naughty.
chicane? Oh, Maverick's lost it.
Oh dear.
And is he out? He's not out. He is lucky not to be out there. That was a big shunt. Whole front wing is off. And luckily for Maverick, he is not out of the session, which means he can still pit, get a new front wing, come back out again.
Quite a high speed crash that as well. They were lucky not to be out completely really.
Aki needs to behave tonight. Well, we'll keep an eye. Aki's teammate Apache hoping for a better lap than the 1 minute 13.4. We did see his lap earlier on, his 13.4 lap time, and there definitely was time in it, so... Oh, well that's an invalidation there through turn 9, so that's not ideal there for Apache. He is gaining time. He is gaining time, so there is time there for Apache, just needs to get that clean lap in.
Jumbo is on a good lap at the minute, a 19.8 in the first sector. Fastest we've seen today.
Thank you for the follows. Naz Jazzler 7. Appreciate that, I hope you well.
That's a fucking name, isn't it?
Yes, now you mention it.
It's like Silly Hilly. It's Naz Jazzler.
You can't call anyone Silly Hilly how many times?
He's not even called Hilly, he's called Hissy.
I know, which is what made it even funnier. If you don't get the joke, basically TD was streaming ages ago and accidentally called Hissy
Christ.
Silly Hilly.
10.8 in Q1.
Wow. Well, I think we have a strong contender here for pole position tonight already.
7 tenths.
If Jumbo gets anywhere near the 9s, he will definitely be on pace with the
I will riot.
This is tier 1 bunch. You'll riot.
Yeah.
Oh, Socks going around the hairpin there. A bit too eager on the throttle, had to correct the oversteer. Did well to catch the car, but that's probably going to ruin his lap.
Yeah, nearly spun out of turn 2 as well. He's backed out on this lap. Struggling a bit at Tay in this first Q1 session.
Yeah, both Hasses haven't put a lap time on the board. Socks does come across the line to put a time on the board, but it is slowest right now. So, Hass under a little bit of pressure now, second in the Constructors. Will definitely want to avoid a Q1 exit.
I think that's fair enough from Jumbo to retire.
Yeah. Anything in the 11s will definitely get you through here, and possibly to Q3 as well. Just depends on if that mid pack can get into the 11s as well.
Snaz Jazzler going for Alpha Matty to win.
Well, I have to say, I've been very impressed with Alpha Matty since he's joined. We enabled crossplay a few races ago. Alpha Matty's been here ever since on the PC. I've been very impressed by his pace. So
I think he used to be here on Xbox too. Oh, Tay. That is a very costly mistake. Went to go start a new lap and invalidated at the chicane. And he's only got 3 minutes 40 left, and I don't know how much fuel he's got on board on the car.
Socks pops in there with a 12.8. That is super close now between Mason in 11th and Aki in 15th, which is the time to beat right now. So, oh, Aki almost gets blocked. That was that could have been so difficult there. Was that Socks who?
No,
it was Tay.
He won the best start, but Aki was a little. Tay was offline and Aki was a little bit out, but it'll be interesting to see if Aki says anything about that. He is now down 1.6 seconds.
Top 10 all in the pit. Maverick and Steely as well in the pits. 2 minutes left.
I don't think Tay has a lot of fuel either. I think this might be his last one because he's just been travelling around in 8th gear, so I think this will be a crucial lap for Tay.
Oh, Mason going a bit too deep there into the hairpin. Just nudges the wall on the way out. Probably would have ruined his time. Obviously, he knows how far slower or quicker than his previous best he is, and he has backed off, so bit of a costly mistake there for him. Tell you, this one needs to be clean. He's second in the championship right now, so if Tay drops out of Q1, this will be a massive, massive advantage for Hissy. Can we put Jumbo in 81?
No. I think he beat any time, but I did in 81.
Remains to be seen, actually, if that's Jumbo's best lap. So if that's not his best lap, he could be an 81. But obviously, we can't just put everyone who's first in 82 and 81, if you get me. Like we still have to have some people in 82.
It's clean so far from Tay, but it is a little bit down on on people like Mark and upcoming Karma.
Yeah, I think Tay just took it easy on that final chicane there. Didn't want to overdo it, and it's paid off. Currently 12th.
He is only a 10th in front of Aki though, and Maverick and TJ.
But it could be a couple of hundredths that makes the difference here, so obviously if Tay invalidated at the final corner, then he'd almost certainly be out, so...
I don't actually know how long's left of the session. There's
it's
30 seconds
a minute
left.
and a bit. 30 seconds left.
So Maverick is definitely not going out again. Sock's not going to get to the line.
Is that Socks around the hairpin right now?
Yep.
Patchy goes 4th on his lap.
Good lap.
Pretty good effort there from Apache.
Moves Tay down to 13th. And that session ended, Sock didn't get to the line.
And Socks is out. That is a big shock.
Tay's safe.
TJ Steely's on the lap, Aki's on the lap. If they both beat Maverick, Maverick will be out here.
TJ
so even...
it.
Oh, and TJ under pressure now. If Aki goes quicker than TJ, TJ will be out along with Socks.
7 tenths.
What's the cut-off for Q1? The current time to beat is a 12.7, and only Aki is in the running to actually beat the drop here. So just comes down to if Aki can navigate this final chicane and not invalidate.
Looks well.
Avoids the invalidation. And it looks good. It's 9th for Aki and pushes TJ out of Q1 by 0.04 of a second. That's it.
From 13th to 17th, it's very tight, only 2 tenths.
That is
it could have
so
been
close.
any of them.
That is so close. But perhaps a bit of a shock that Socks is out.
Something
Has been driving. Has been driving very well this season so far. Has done 4 races, and 3 of those races he's finished 5th or higher. So that is a big shock there that Socks is out in Q1.
I think it's good. It's the whole field split by only a second roughly if you discount Jumbo.
But then again, that might be Jumbo's best time possible, and there still might be time in Mark, Karma, Patchy's time. So it's hard to tell right now if Jumbo will be too quick for this tier, but time will tell. Unlucky TJ, mate. 0.04 is awful. I think I went out of Q1 on Thursday by 1,000th of a second.
You know, but that was tough.
So tiny. Was that to you as well?
Yep.
Wow. I'm gonna get my revenge in this stream. So So yeah, those tiny margins here at Canada do make the difference, but obviously you don't want to fly and go 100% pace if you can't get it clear. So if you can't get it valid.
Yeah, there's no point in just throwing the car around if you can't get a clean lap early.
Yeah, so very unfortunate there for TJ, but still plenty of opportunities to go. I mean, the only way is up, as they say, when you exit in Q1. So fingers crossed for your race, mate. I hope you have a good one.
Ferrari going out very early. Back Hissy. We're waiting for you to say it's now Q2 and we need to look at the tyres for tyre strategy, but we don't even do that anymore.
I know. My catchphrase is redundant.
Tim's famous
if you know my catchphrase, you know
it's
it.
just in the bin.
It was in the bin anyway.
Just in the bin. I'll ask you this, Tim. What do you think of the Ferrari livery?
I like it. I'm very fortunate to race in Ferrari here in IIRL on Thursday nights. So yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Don't know why you're in Ferrari.
It's not drastically different like that white Red Bull we had last game,
which was sexy,
but it was very nice. So it still looks like a Ferrari when you're driving it, so it doesn't really change too much. But you know.
You know why you're in Ferrari?
Why?
Because you are called the Spin Cod, and anyone that's in the Ferrari spins.
So this is interesting here. Apache is following Hissy.
That's what I thought.
I'm going to say about half a second behind here, which is just going to put both of the drivers off, so not quite sure what Apache's hoping for here. He's invalidated, anyway. So Apache will be hoping then
so
Apache's backed off. So in the end, it didn't work out for any of those two. But when there's a car next to you on quali, it can distract you quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, I think it does a lot on this track as well, because it's a very small track. So you just worry about what the drivers are going to do around you.
Novatech just kissing one of the walls there. Maybe there's a marshal he quite likes to look up.
Flirting with the barriers, as you call it.
I used to say giving the barriers a love tap as well.
It's getting a lovely
Novatech to the line, one at 12.0 to kick off this session. Marker's invalidated. Alpha Matti does a 12.5.
Got a lovely slipstream from Apache, I think it is.
Loisy pops in there in second place with a 1 minute 12.3. Alpha Matti's my favourite YouTuber, fair enough.
We've got an Alpha Matti fan club. It used to be a TD fan club. Now Alpha Matti.
And then you disappeared for a year.
Yeah.
Too busy eating food.
My advice to everyone, don't get BT, it's terrible.
Oh, savage. Sub does a 12.2. Aki on a 122 at the moment, but we know he can do better than that. Plenty of invalidations going on here. We saw Mark have one, Mason, Apache, Hissy on his first lap invalidated. We don't have any song requests on this channel, unfortunately.
It'd be funny if we did.
So Hissy, second flying lap, and it's a 12.2, goes third fastest. Sakari's pops up into second a few moments ago.
Mark looks to be going well through the second sector. We had a very solid first sector as well, 19.9.
Could be fastest then, if it's into the 1 minute 11s. Does look like an 11. It's 11.3, that's a good lap.
Solid. 2 turns faster than what he did in Q1 as well.
Yep. Still, upcoming Karma has the fastest time we've seen tonight. Can anyone challenge? Oh no, it's Jumbo, sorry, not Karma. Mason goes 7th on a 1 minute 12.4. Upcoming Karma 20.0 through Sector 1.
That's very solid.
We've seen a couple of people into the 19s in Sector 1, so not the fastest we've seen tonight, but still pretty good.
I think the fastest I saw was a 19.8. So it's very competitive, it's a 20 flat.
So cut-off in Q1 was a 1 minute 12.7. So I'd say realistically the cut-off maybe for Q2 is going to be maybe a 12.4, something around a mid 1 minute 12. So Karma's 11.2 should see him through into Q3.
We were very solid last sector because we were a couple of attempts down on Mark in the middle sector, so he's managed to pull a very good last chicane out at least.
Watching Jumbo, seeing if he can try and recreate what he did in Q1. Drop into the 1 minute 10s. If he can't on this occasion, maybe it's just a really good lap that he did in Q1. Very brave there through middle chicane in this track. Taking a load of speed through there. Oh, but corrects a bit of a slide out of the hairpin. That might cost him a couple of tenths down this big straight. He might lose a couple of miles an hour.
He's about level with Mark at the minute. It's a serious Alpha Matty fan club.
And it's an 11.8, so that mistake of the hairpin probably cost him a bit more than 2 tenths in the end. Maybe close to 5 tenths.
I don't think that's full from Jumbo. It was a bit of margin on the final chicane, so it should get him through anyway.
So one Red Bull at the top of the timing screens, one coming around to complete their first flying lap of Q2. Professor Phil goes 3rd fastest with a 1 minute 11.5. Pretty good lap there from Philip. Philip. I imagine that's his full name. I've never met a baby called Phil without being Philip.
You never know.
Let us know in the chat if you know a baby called Phil but not Philip.
I know people called Phil, but I don't know if their actual birth name was Philip.
There's got to be someone out there that knows a Phil without being called Philip. Patchy then, hoping to beat his teammate, who is out on track as well, coming to the end of Sector 2 on a better lap. Patchy goes 8th on a 1 minute 12.1. Check in with Aki, who's 7 and a bit seconds up on his previous best, but needs a good few seconds in this final sector to really state his claim making Q3 tonight.
Slight touch of the wall there and the exit.
11.6, pretty good. Currently fifth
2.2.
fastest. And I'd say anything in the 1 minute 11s probably will get you through into Q3 here.
Can I just say to him, our cut-off time is already been beat.
Well, I mean, I didn't have a great time on Thursday night, so
I didn't either.
maybe next week.
Do you wanna know why we didn't have a great time too?
Why?
Because Canada's terrible.
Thank you for the follows, Naz Jasler 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0 on the second account. Appreciate that.
Oh no, he's here! He's here!
And he is here,
Oh,
Demon
no.
Jonesy. I did prepare you for that. I was like, expect to see Demon in the chat trolling you.
I need ban someone.
I'm all for the Alpha Matty fan club. Yeah, me too. Why not? Let's jump on it.
Damon's just missed my Yorkshire accent, and he knows it.
Chelsea's here, which is good news. Nice to have you, Chelsea. Obviously, we'll be starting 18th on the grid, so
It's just doing my job every week. I
yeah.
did start last this week, but normally I start last, so it's just doing my job for me this week. Chelsea, I am
That's the
predicting
question mark challenge.
the last to 6th.
Oh, interesting.
With fastest lap.
Oh,
There you go.
that is up to you, Snaz. Absolutely up to you.
I've got a question for you, Tim.
Go on, hit me.
Is Jumbo under pressure here?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, did you want the more elongated answer? I don't think so.
It was just... No.
No. No, I think cut off in Q1 in case he missed it. Maybe for the likes of Demon, he went here. It's 1 minute 12.7. Currently, the cut off is a 1 minute 12.2. So, I mean, you could look at it and say it might be a couple of tenths safe, but I do think he is safe on a 111.8 at the minute.
If he goes out, you owe me a
But-
tenner.
I don't know how I feel about doing that. So I'll
Mason were
okay.
free.
If he goes out, I will play you a game of odds on for a £5. How about that?
Okay,
And we'll do it on stream as well.
Tim. This is my
Yeah.
my cue to leave for 2 minutes.
Oh right. TD's got food basically.
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
So just know while I'm doing all the hard work on the stream, TD will be scrunching food in his face.
Of course I am.
What have you got for food tonight?
I didn't hear what you said then.
What are you eating?
Spaghetti bowl.
Spaghetti bowl,
Yeah.
not spag bowl.
No, spaghetti bowl.
It's my spaghetti bowl. Let us
Spaghetti
know your
bowl.
favourite Italian dish in the chat.
If it's not spaghetti
Let's-
bowl, then
Anyways, you go and have your food, enjoy your food, and we'll see you in Q3. Mason Pitts and Maverick has failed to set a lap and is currently in the pits, so they two will be out. Maverick 15th, Bloisey 14th. Mason 14th, sorry. Bloisey is on a lap but under pressure, so is Tay, Hissy and Apache. Jumbo is getting a little bit close to that drop zone, but will need a bit of bad fortune to go out on a 1 minute 11.8 in my opinion. 10 seconds left. Loisy coming to the end of Sector 2 now. The split is just marginally up on his personal best. Needs to beat a 1 minute 11.9, which our championship leader Hissy has set. So Hissy's not up there in the top of the quali standings at this moment in time. He might find a shock Q2 exit for our championship leader Hissy here. Loisy now around the final corner. Will be the first of this bottom 3 to cross the line. And improves to 10th and pushes Hissy into the drop zone. Tay across the line. Marginal improvement and stays 13th. Apache, unfortunately, this one is invalid. So he will be out of quali in 12th place. But Hissy is under pressure here and he's not got the ERS engaged. And Hissy here is out of Q2.
I can't win a fiver.
That is a massive shock.
I think it's a shock for Tay and Hissy.
Tay, who is second in the championship, left in Q1, and Hissy, our championship leader, is out in Q2. Anyone could win this now. And currently, Karma up there. Top of the quali standings. But we do know Jumbo has a better lap time in it than that. So Q3 here is going to be very, very interesting. Could I get banned because of the Alphamati fan club? As long as you don't spam it in chat, I don't mind you having a good time with the Alphamati fan club. Don't worry about that. So there you have it, upcoming Karma, top of Q2, and only 6 and a bit tenths separating the top 10. Unfortunately for Hissy, 7 tenths off the pace, and out in Q2. Championship leader possibly under some pressure here at Canada this week. Apache 12th on the grid, Take Her Easy in 13th, Mason in 14th, and Maverick in 15th. So let's get your predictions in chat right now. Who do you think is going to be a contender for pole position? The best time we've seen tonight was in Q1 by Jumbo on a 1 minute 10.8, which was 4 tenths better than what we saw from Karma in Q2. So Jumbo is one to look out for here, but Karma definitely could be one to look out for as well. Where's Big Gary? Not too sure, mate.
I have a conversation for the break.
Okay.
You'll love it.
Alright, well, look forward to that. Stay tuned. 15 minutes. TD's going to knock our socks off with his conversation.
An interesting debate.
Chinese after knocking myself out of Q1. Nice. What are you having? What's in your Chinese, TJ? Burger and didn't even turn up for Q1. Sounds awesome.
The question is, what did you get from the Chinese?
That is true. Unlucky Apache, just the invalidation at the final moment there, but 12th place, still not too bad on the grid. Anything possible from 12th. Could get some good points here tonight. Track where mistakes quite common, and judging by what we've seen this week on the other 2 streams, time penalties are going to be critical at this track. So even if you're not the quickest tonight, but still get a maximum, I'd say, of 3 seconds, you should be good to maybe jump a few places on the line. So it's not all doom and gloom. Those at the back can still make up good positions here, and there's a lot of congestion in the start of Sector 3 for this final qualifying session.
I'm disappointed in what DJ got.
What's wrong with sweet chili chicken and rice? That
It's
sounds lovely.
salt and pepper chicken.
TD's very passionate about his food.
Of course I am.
Gosh, we got TD conversing with TJ. This is very confusing. Two drivers starting their laps, but pulling out to the side, so probably have got invalidations at the final chicane there. I think one of those might be Bloisy, and another one. I'm just trying to see those dots in turn 2. It looks like a Mercedes, so it could be Novatec, who is also invalidated.
Yeah, it's both invalidated.
Nice to know I've still got it.
Ooh, and Jumbo just got blocked there by Loisy.
Ooh.
With a second chicane? The one after the end of sector 1. Yeah, it's not very good.
If I get away with less than 15 seconds, I'll be impressed myself. Yeah. Honestly, I had 3 seconds for a long time on Thursday, and then all of a sudden, last 10 laps, it just went to 9 seconds, and I got a bit angry. Corey's currently fastest on a 1 minute 11.7. Mark D does an 11.4 as upcoming Karma starts a lap and oversteers in turn 2. Almost reverses into a driver there, but gets away with it. Jumbo, even though he's blocked, still does an 11.3.
That's just ridiculous.
Depends how bad the block. How bad was the block? We didn't see it.
It was quite a bad block.
Wow. So
it was right in the centre of the racing line.
So for Lime, 11.2, new fastest in this session. Aki has invalidated this attempt, and Bloisy just goes over the curb there at turn 5 and does the same. There was a bit of a wiggle coming out of the hairpin. Can we get a shout out to the greatest driver of all time, Max Chilton? Absolutely not.
Shout out to Max Chilton, my beast.
Novatec comes across the line with 11.8 and goes 6th fastest. Loisy, 3rd time lucky, but only has 20% ERS for this lap here. So, yeah.
He did do an 11.7, so this Nova is a good time for Bloisy. And no one is currently on laps.
Still plenty of time for drivers to head into the pits, get a new set of tyres, come out again. Gonna have to change my name as TJ doesn't apply to me anymore. Oh, really? Why is that? What is your... You have a new name?
I'm married in now, TJ.
Kamui Kobayashi. Kobayashi was a sick driver, you know. Underrated. Not the best Japanese driver of all time.
Go on, anyways.
Takuma Sato. That's I disagree noise, isn't it?
Marina Sato, what a beast.
Who is the GOAT and why is it Sir Lewis Hamilton?
Good choice.
I would love to have this conversation, but I know it's just going to spark a bit of an argument. So
between who?
Are you asking me who I think the GOAT is?
No, I'm asking you who do you think the argument of the way.
I don't know. I mean, it could be anyone in the chat right now. We've got 20 in the chat.
Okay,
so
as long as it's not
anyone
me,
could
then it's
disagree
fine.
with me. Well, I know who your goat is.
Javier.
Javier. Love Javier.
But
I thought you were
Javier,
going to go like
we're
goat
giving it a
teethy or
win.
something. Alpha Mati comes out of turn 2, gets a little bit distracted by a Mercedes coming out of the pits with Novatech. I'm not sure that was intentional, but Alpha Mati did have a big snap of oversteer in turn 2 and had to abort the lap, so not the best start to this run here for Mati, but he still has another chance here at another time, so...
Jumbo were 2 tenths up in the first sector. 2.5 tenths up in the second sector.
On board with Karma, 20.1 in sector 1, so not the best we've seen, but definitely not the worst. Jumbo coming around the final chicane now.
Oh, invalidates.
Oh, unlucky.
Time for another there. Ooh.
Yep, still 4 minutes left, so anyone can still duck into the pits here and come back out, so plenty of time to play with.
Don't know whether that was intentional or not, but cheeky cut of the first corner by Jumbo.
Name linked to triple jump when I was a teenager. Still do the athletics and all, but not triple anymore. Oh, I thought that sounds very interesting, if I'm honest.
Long jump.
Triple jump. Get
Yeah,
it right.
it should be now. LJ.
LJ Steely.
Sounds like a rapper name.
You ever thought about doing some rap, Steely?
Yo, LJ Steely on the mic.
Never say that again. Never ever say that again.
Do you?
Oh.
Drop some bars, not a chance.
Jumbo, Mark, Phil, Bloisey, all in the pits right now, but still time to head out on track. As long as you're out on track with about 1 minute 15 on the timer, you should be fine to get another lap in here.
1 minute 15?
Yeah, because you already cut out turns 1 and 2 when you come out the pits, so...
I'd say about a minute 30.
It only takes 1 minute. That's if you want to be safe. If you want to leave it to the very last minute, 1 minute 15 is fine. Karius has backed off his time, so might go for another run here. And Novatech, this lap is invalid and won't count, so possibly has got invalidated at that final chicane. Aki, no lap time currently on the boards, but is on a valid lap. Quali is going to hot up now for the remaining 2 minutes of the session. 1 minute 20 left on the clock. Karma, Alpha Mati in the pits, and I don't think they will be able to come out again. So I think Alpha Mati's trying to get out of the pits now, so
I
don't think he'll get there. As Sub for Lime improves on his personal best by a fraction and cements his place in provisional pole. 1 minute 11.2 is provisional pole, but Jumbo's back out on track. Karma's still in the pits, so 5th is the best that he can hope for. Alpha Mati and Karma now both on outlaps, but probably won't get to the line in time.
Karma definitely will. It'll be very tight with Alpha Mati.
Loisy with a 20.0 in Sector 1, that's pretty good.
Oh, very committed from Jumbo here. This could be fasted. Oh no, he's back
to the line. It said it was a 10.7 on my screen.
That's what mine
This
said.
timing delta is all bugged. As Akaris crosses the line and goes third fastest, decent lap there from Akaris, puts himself on row 2 of the grid. His teammate Alpha Matti coming round the final chicane now. Checker flag about to fall.
Oh,
Alpha Matti will not make it. As here comes Bloisy now. On a lap. Sub for line pits. So provisional pole currently is his. Loisy goes fastest and replaced by Mark instantaneously. That is half a second of joy for Bloisy, and then another 2 minutes of disappointment.
Jumbo's
as across the line comes Phil, who goes fastest.
And Jumbo's up by 3.5 tenths as well.
Wow, this could be close between Jumbo and Phil here. Phil out of nowhere. That's the quickest time we've seen from him tonight. What about Jumbo? He did a 1 minute 10.8 in Q1. Can he recreate that in Q2? In Q3,
Oh!
It's a 10.4. And that's fastest by a long way.
Get in here, T1.
We did say a low end 1 minute 11 or a high 110 could get you pole tonight. And Jumbo has just ripped the script up and said, just put that in your pipe and smoke it, Sun God. There you have it. Jumbo on pole. Swiss driver in the Alpine car will be in charge of the start for the beginning of the race. Phil, Mark, Bloisy, Sub, Akaris, Karma, Novatech, Alpha Matti and Aki round out the top 10. Plenty of different constructors in that top 10. Top 6 all in different constructors. So should be interesting for the constructors fight. Hissy, our championship leader, and Tay not in the top 10 in quali.
Got a question for you, Tim.
Right, come on then. I've been waiting for this.
Who was the most recent Swiss driver to race an F1?
The most recent Swiss driver? Sebastian Buemi?
Correct.
You can't see my face, obviously, but I'm pretty smug right now. I'm not gonna lie. So is that your grand conversation?
No. Don't know what my grand conversation was.
Before we hear TD's grand conversation, just a reminder to all drivers and everyone on stream, no formation lap tonight. As soon as we get going, we are getting going with the race. So for any of you drivers watching the stream right now, there is no formation lap on. And yes, TD, what is your conversation?
What is your go-to meal deal?
Did I really wait half an hour just for that question?
You did, yeah.
Okay then. Duck wrap. Don't care what crisps. I like all crisps. And I don't really mind what drink I get either. Something fizzy, like a Dr. Pepper or a Coke, something. I don't know.
Duck crap.
Duck wrap. I don't eat duck crap. Yeah, what's your meal deal then? Go on.
Some sort of pasta.
Let me guess. 4 sandwiches.
Some sort of pasta. Refrigerators. And a Monster.
Wow. I can taste your blood pressure from here, mate. 4 tenths up and then decided to make a 360. That's unfortunate, mate. Been lumps in the RP. Don't worry, we'll change that. We'll change that, Chelsea. Don't worry about that. Best Dutch driver of all time: Jos Verstappen or Nick de Vries? Best Dutch driver. This is the question: who's better, Max or Jos?
Not even a question.
No. I think that's pretty obvious, to be honest.
Guido van der Gaard.
Stoffel van Dorn.
Belgium lad, one country.
I've got a really good question while we wait. I just need to do a bit of fact checking though. Seeing as we're at Canada, TD.
Oh god.
Can you name as many Canadian Formula One drivers as possible?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, go
I mean, you should know 2. Yes, correct.
The GOAT of F1. Lance Stroll.
Correct.
Jacques Villeneuve.
Correct.
Villeneuve.
Correct. I'll give you a hint. There's 15.
There's 2 of them.
Correct. That's 5, and those are the 5 I was expecting you to get. Grosjean. Grosjean is not Swiss.
It
Canadian,
lives
sorry.
in Switzerland.
It's not Jill. It's Gilles.
Gilles.
Jack and Jill Villeneuve went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Just for those, are you
No
still
idea.
guessing? You probably won't. They're 1986 and before. Alan
yeah,
Berg,
no chance.
John Cannon, George Eaton, John Cords, Bill Brack, Epi Vitzers, Al Pease, Ernie DeVos, Peter Broker, and Peter Ryan. If you said any of those legitimately, congratulations.
Do you know, because
That's
there's
what
a
you were
Swiss
going
driver
for.
on pole team. He was probably the most famous Swiss driver there's been in F1.
Swiss. Oh.
I can give you a clue of the years.
Go on.
70s. Quite famous for a big team.
Swiss. My brain's gone blank.
Teammates with Niki Lauda. If you watched the famous film Hunt, but when Niki Lauda went,
No, I didn't watch it. I don't know.
play Regazzoni.
Sauber. Chelsea says Sauber.
No, Clay Regazzoni were probably the most famous Swiss driver is
Go on, just tell me.
Clay Regazzoni.
Well.
Anyway,
Brain doesn't quite work. Yes. And of course, normal formation lap, which means Jumbo on pole, 5 lights are on in Canada, and it's a quick. My lights went off a lot quicker than the drivers decided to go there, so down into turn 1 looks like there's a couple of moves, 2 or 3 wide going there. Red Bull going for a move down the inside. Looks like
TJ spun round.
the Alfa Massi.
Bit of a collision at the back.
3
Maverick
wide
damage.
here. dropping to the back. Karma getting overtaken by Novitek, and Chelsea is
and
round.
Aki round.
And Aki. Hissy has lost places down to 14th already, and upcoming Karma losing out to now Apache 2. So possible damage here for Karma, or maybe just a bad start. But it looks like everyone's got away pretty clean apart from those bottom three. Top three all pretty close. Loisy wants in on this. So that's the best quali lap he's done in Q3. Converted it into a nice little spot in this race here. He can just sit behind these top three, save his ERS, and possibly go for a move when the time is right. It's been a pretty good get-go for a lot of these tyres, thank you. There is the tyre strategies, expecting a medium to hard or a hard to medium. Sox pits on lap 1, as does Chelsea and Maverick, as Hissy and TJ Steely are having a bit of a fight there. Should we call him LJ Steely?
I can do my joke again if you want.
No thanks. Loisy losing a tiny bit of ground on this lap. Jumbo is on the hard tyres, whereas the next 5 drivers behind on the mediums. And then everyone else, apart from Maverick, who's just boxed for mediums. Oh, Loisy. And above him we've got a good fight here between Hissy and TJ. Hissy not fancying that move there. Looked a little bit risky on that occasion. TJ now has the bit between his teeth and now trying to overtake Tay into turn 1, but just backs out of it. Probably a good move. Hard to do max 30 laps, but drop-off is at 21, so maybe lap 21 expect to see a lot of these drivers in to the pits. Apache up to 7th already. Started 12th, so that's up 5 places already for Apache. Really good start there from the new McLaren full-time driver here in 82. That has 2 very quick drivers behind him. Loisy making that mistake, running in 4th a couple laps ago, now promotes Novitek into 4th and understandably creates a bit of a gap between that top 3 and Novitek. 2.7 now Novitek behind that top 3 and has sub for Lime behind him. It's top 3. Novitek's maintaining that gap there to 2.7. Interesting to see if, now that DRS is active, enabled, that these top 3 can maybe start to get a bit of a gap on Novitek. Put themselves all in a pretty good spot for a potential podium here tonight. Mark closer to Phil than Phil is to Jumbo. Between laps 15 and 18 for the medium tyres.
Very good move there by upcoming Karma around the outside of Apache going into the chicane.
Alpha Matti sticking his front wing up the inside of Apache, but Apache, good driver awareness, but almost squeezes Alpha off track.
Good commitment.
Alpha does get that move done on Apache. Still not over for Apache. He has lost 2 places this lap, and just the time penalty there going through the final chicane, but still not over. I mean, he's on the back of 2 very quick drivers here. I mean, he could just ride the coattails and let Karma and Matty do all the work here, try and catch up to a car racing 6. fight here between Tay and Hissy, the two championship contenders at this point. Hissy leading Tay in the championship by 15 points, so as things stand, they're not going to score points, any of them. And it looks like Tay's lost a bit of time here to TJ, which might give Hissy and Bloisy an incentive on lap 5 to try and get past with the DRS.
Mark looks to be going for a move on Phil.
Bloisy's had a bit of a spin.
This is done, Mark, and goes up into second.
Yeah, but fighting has lost a big chunk of time on Jumbo now, almost 2 seconds behind now. Karma losing out to Akari's, to Alpha Mati, sorry. Actually, still trying to hold on to these two. These two are quick. They are catching Akari, so. Subfalime still on the coattails of Novatech, who is starting to slowly gain towards Mark and Phil, but Jumbo now has an opportunity to power ahead in this race as Bloisy pits after that spin. Already 5 people on time penalties in the first 6 laps. Closest battle on track is this one involving TJ, Tay, Hissy and Aki, as upcoming Karma gets a time penalty from 8th place.
Over chicane, terrible chicane.
You hate this track, really, don't you?
If you were to sum this track up in one word, you'd just say chicanes.
True.
Ooh, Maverick round again.
I would just say horrible, this track.
All that, yeah.
I mean, I love the track, it's just a pain to drive on.
I know what. Time penalties.
True. And Patchy getting his 2nd time penalty of the race. 6 seconds now from Patchy in 7 laps. Needs to
tidy up a little bit.
Yeah,
that's the right
a good way
word
to phrase it. I was going to say he needs to fix it. Oh, a little bit dangerous there from TJ, cutting across Tay. Does go too deep though into the hairpin. A little bit of argy-bargy there between TJ and Hissy. TJ getting his elbows out here.
Oh, Hissy going for both of them here.
Beautiful Aki's view from all this. 3 wides down the straight. Past TJ, who's lost.
Oh, contact!
Was that Hissy? It was Hissy, and it looked like he went for a move that wasn't really on there into the final chicane.
It was a little bit audacious by Hissy. It cut a lot of the inside of the track. It wasn't. I don't think Tay did anything wrong there.
No, I think he might have been slightly alongside, but not fully alongside. So
he wasn't alongside enough for Tay to have to leave cars with. So I'd say it's Hissy's fault, in my opinion.
Oh, Novatech spun from 4th place. That's a costly
damage.
spin. He's down to 9th now, and has now his teammate Mason ahead of him. So Novatech is still in the points, but
no damage.
That is a costly spin. Subfalime now occupies 4th, very handsomely, has 2.6 seconds behind to Alpha Mati, who is defending from Akaris and Karma. Someone's at my door, so just feel for a sec.
Okie dokes. Mason with another 3 second, his first 3 second time penalty of the day. But yeah, still very close between 2 Alfa Romeo drivers, both on hard tyres, looking to try and score a good haul of points for the constructors. Aquarius losing a little bit of time to Alpha Matty through the chicane, which could enable upcoming Karma to have a run at Aquarius, but doesn't look close enough at this minute. On the 4 attempts splitting the junior team and the Red Bull team. Aquarius looks to be a bit low on energy with the red light flashing. Could allow the opportunity for upcoming Karma to have a chance if he's got the ERS. He's gaining on Aquarius, gaining on him, looking down the inside, but chooses not to quite sensibly. He could possibly go for into turn 1, opens DRS now. Looking like he'll have to go to the outside, goes to the outside of Aquarius, very close together. Leaving the car's width as Aquarius, still side by side, going for turn 2. And that's good driving by Aquarius there, good car knowledge of the car on the outside. And very fair driving from the 2.
Yeah, good fighting there. My wife decided to knock the door 20 times.
Your wife decided to what?
Knock the front door 20 times.
Ooh, Aquarius with a snapper oversteer there.
Back off my touchy, Karma. Well, Karma is now passed, and Karius doesn't have to get the move done. I mean, you can just sit behind Karma, force Karma to use ERS and, you know, capitalise on the DRS behind, or try and go for that move. Apache now has Novatech behind. Here comes Novatech, fully alongside ahead, and gets the move done before the chicane, which is really helpful.
Apache be able to keep up with him and maybe go from here into turn 1, not quite. Ooh, very close to contact there.
Top 3 have all separated now. Jumbo leads Mark by 2.3, who leads Phil by 2.8, who leads Sub by 2.3, so Alpha Matty here sitting pretty in P5. Obviously we'll go later into the race than 3 of those top 4 on the mediums, and we'll have a faster tyre at the end of the race, so Alpha Matty here could be in with a shout at a podium. Currently 6.3 away from Phil in 3rd, so Alpha needs a really, really good stint here for the last 20 laps.
Both championship contenders struggling at the minute in this race, down in 13th and 11th. Should be good for other people to capitalise on.
Tay has cleared TJ, as we saw a few laps ago, but Hissy's still kind of stuck behind TJ here, so maybe this isn't one of Hissy's strongest tracks, or maybe TJ's just being a real pain in the arse defensively.
Possibly a difference in downforce. He might
Possibly
have a lot of downforce on TJ, not too much. Lucky getting past Chelsea down the back straight up into 15th. Bit of a early stop for Aki, so not quite sure too much on Aki's strategy.
Yeah, it depends on if a safety car comes out. Obviously no safety cars so far, no VSC, no full safety cars, so people are driving pretty decently tonight. Not too many incidents to be aware of. Mark now starting to close that gap to Jumbo down to 1.9.
Ooh, TJ makes a mistake there, locks up into the hairpin. Could really
It's a
give
few times now TJ's gone a bit too deep into that hairpin, and this looks like a pretty easy move for Hissy with the DRS.
Look who's next to each other again in the positions. The top 2, Tate and Hissy.
It says Hissy has no wing, but he does have a wing. It's just hard to see on that Ferrari. But there is a wing there.
It does. It definitely does.
I need to cancel that. Alright, I'll just work on that.
Hissy and Cryptic, nice. Yeah, good pace from Hissy at the minute. He's pulled out 1.5 seconds already to TJ. Showing just maybe a difference in straight line speed is why he struggled to get past. And Sox has retired in the pits. Not the best race for the Haas driver. Struggled in qualifying, struggled in a race, but there's always next week in Silverstone. I forgot. Upcoming karma with his third time penalty of the day. It's not going to be helpful for him.
And Phil, signs of a bit of a struggle on those tyres now. 13 laps on those mediums. They are going to be hitting a wall.
We are getting to the
now under pressure from sub.
We are getting to the pit window strategy, so I could imagine seeing second to fourth into the pit lane very soon.
Do you know how much time you lose in a pit stop on this track?
About 20 to 24 seconds ish. You gain a bit of time from cutting out turn 1 as well though.
Okay, so 20 seconds back from Phil. There's a nice little gap there between Mason and Tay in 10th. So if Phil were to pit this lap, which he is doing, good call there, TD. He should come out in 10th behind
5
Mason.
seconds worth of speeding.
Oh, that's costly, that is. Very costly, as Novatech getting past the car east there for 7th, turns now into 6th. Phil comes out of the pits, trudging down at 49 miles an hour.
Would be able to get in front of Mason here from cutting turn 1. Oh,
So
and he's just
Mason.
behind.
So it'll take a sector or two for Phil to get those hard tyres up to temperature, and then he'll have a big advantage to try and get past Mason with some DRS. So Phil's in a nice little spot here, has some free track to play with. Jumbo has a time penalty in the lead, which might cost them the win. Mark 2.2 behind now.
See Mark coming into the pits this lap. He's gone quite fast, so possibly a push lap into the pits. Oh, stays out another lap.
Stays out for one more, but Sub might respond here.
Sub stays out as well.
He stays out as well.
Interesting.
Did I just say miles per hour? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. No shame.
Miles per hour for life. Return.
You can call your kid miles, you can't call your kid kilometres. That's just weird. So Phil, now those... I wouldn't call my kid kilometres. Not by a long shot.
Call him KN. Oh, contact!
Oh, contact! Phil and Mason look like... Oh, I don't know. It's hard to see from that angle.
It looks like a snap of oversteer from Mason, and then... Oh, unfortunately, Phil were just in a bit of a wrong place at the wrong time.
Fingers crossed Phil doesn't have any damage there, because that possibly could ruin his podium chances here if he does get some damage. Mark is starting to drop off of Jumbo now, lost a whole second in this lap. Now 3 seconds off the lead, but they both still, Mark and Sub, carry on those mediums. Novatech is in. For a new set of hard compound tyres.
Between Mason and Phil, I don't think they were watching that. That was just one of those racing incidents that happens.
Novatech will get overtaken
I think he might come out in
by
front.
Tay. Does come out in
Yeah,
front.
he does just.
But might be slightly vulnerable here. Oh, and what's happened to Mark? Mark's spun
Oh no.
out of turn 5 from second place. And is now down in 6th behind the car race.
That'll be them warm tyres. He'll be really struggling now. He's definitely seeing coming into a pits this lap. Oh, and blows the span as well out of turn 2. Oh, hits the wall as well.
And there's a full course safety car.
Yeah.
Safety car is out, and is it Bloisy?
Yeah, it will be. He's lost the front wing. I think he went into the wall after spinning.
So, this is a perfect opportunity
I'd
for
say
these
probably
drivers to
everyone in
pit sub.
really.
Well, Jumbo has stayed out. I'm not sure.
I think he might have just missed the safety car.
He may have just missed the
Yeah.
window, so I think Jumbo still has a chance to pit on the next lap.
He won't do
Everyone
because he's
into
right
the
behind the
pits.
safety car. Oh, I think that might have ruined
Oh,
Jumbo's race.
It might be close. I think you're probably right. I think this is bad timing for Jumbo.
There's
no doubt the mediums will go. There's no doubt the mediums will go to the end. So it's not a fact of. It's not the right time to pit. It's just I think he couldn't pit.
Yeah, he just couldn't get in time.
Because the safety car misses turn 1 and turn 2. Jumbo was picked up by the safety car instantly.
I think he might come up behind Novatech, to be honest.
Well, let's change this to leader. It's a gap between Novatech and Mark as things stand, but so Jumbo could have lost 5 places from that bad timing.
Oh, and he's just hit the safety car there.
Oh. He's overtaken the safety car to come into the pits. That is a bit naughty.
5 seconds as well.
And speeds. That's probably a deserved penalty, that one.
I think that's a bit of anger in him, to be honest.
I mean, I understand the frustration. That is very annoying, but
still shouldn't overtake the safety car, but
yeah, you can't overtake the safety car.
He is going to come behind Novatech.
And the worst thing is Jumbo can't serve that 5-second time penalty in this pit stop.
Nope.
So, unfortunate and a little bit careless there from Jumbo.
I tell you who's in a good position though, Alpha Matty in 3rd place, no penalties on the mediums.
Also, Sub for Lime, who was 5th at one point, about 15 seconds off the lead, now has the lead on a brand new set of hard tyres with no time penalties. This could be Sub's race. Alpha Matti, as we said earlier on, has now the better tyre on the car in the mediums. They are going to be better performing than the hard compound tyres. Jumbo comes out in 6th place, by the way, after that pit stop.
Yeah. It'll be tricky for Jumbo to win the race now, though. 6th place needs to do some overtaking and 8 seconds of penalties.
Yep, here is the penalty situation. Phil, with the speeding in the pit lane penalty, 5 seconds, that's not going to help him. Of course, time penalties now are crucial. Now the field is bunched up. If you have, say, 12 seconds like Apache, there's no hope of you gaining places here. You're just going to lose places off the end of the race. Bloisy retires in the pits, by the way. Snacks.
Oh, it's enough for Bloisy, really. Really good qualifying from him.
Yeah, very
didn't go right in the race. We have them.
I'll tell you who this does bring back into contention. It brings Tay and Hissy back.
Yeah.
They were struggling, but now they're on a new set of mediums. They'll go to the end. They both don't have any time penalties. They are almost certain to jump ahead of Mason, Apache, and probably Jumbo, Novatech and Karma here. Maybe even Phil if they do some overtakes as well. So Tay and Hissy could be on for some points. Interesting that Aki hasn't pitted, still on those hard tyres from that earlier pit stop, so maybe doesn't have a new set of medium tyres. And obviously softs won't go to the end, so it's kind of stuck on those hard tyres for now, which is
Pain in the bum.
quite irritating. Yeah, quite irritating there for Aki, but might just have to try and keep it clean. Only 6 seconds of time penalties might get some places on the end of this race.
Not quite sure what Taylor were doing there. It went a bit far away from the rest of the grid. He nearly went into the back of him.
Safety car is in this lap. Sub backs up the pack. Aki is now on the back of the train of cars, so Aki will have nice toasty tyres. And usually we see some drivers go for it before this final chicane.
Oh, right, okay.
Expecting Sub to go after this chicane.
He's gone.
Yep, and he does. And Phil knows what he's doing. Has stayed with Sub here. Race is now back underway after this full safety car at 21 of 35. Still got 15 laps left.
Oh, Aquarius round.
Alfa Matti, brilliant overtake around the outside into turn 3 on Phil. He's using a harder compound tyre. So, good move there. We've got Jumbo trying to make a move up the inside of Novatec into turn 4.
Alfa's going for it on Sub as well.
Alfa Matti is flying right now. Has sensed the opportunity. Knows that the two drivers ahead of him on this restart are on the harder compound tyres. And two Red Bulls now fighting over the final podium spot, Phil and Karma. Oh, more contact in the back. Jumbo, I think, ghosted. Has Apache inside. And Apache is up into 5th place.
Mark going for it on Jumbo as well.
Oh, side by side, Jumbo brakes late. Almost hits Apache, but judged it just about to perfection. Oh, what's happened to Sub?
He's lost the position to upcoming Karma as well. I think he's struggling on them hard tyres, cold.
There goes Phil around the outside. Traction better around that outside of turn 2. And there you go, moved on.
Just looks like cold tyres for her Sub. Just it can't seem to get anything in them.
Oh, wide is Chelsea. Just losing a place there, doing a Seb Vettel. Oh, and Novatec trying to go up the inside of Tay.
And Hissy going around the outside as well.
From Novatec.
Hissy in front of Tay.
Yeah, I think Novatec just trying to stick a wheel down the inside, but I don't think the move was really on. So I think Tay has lost a place to his championship rival here, and I'm sure he won't be happy about that.
I guess into the points. And Novatec.
TJ might have had a bit of a nudge behind from Aki, but going too deep into the hairpin once again. So here comes Hissy now. This restart has really helped Hissy. He's found a new breath of life in this race.
We've just got Mason as well.
Down the inside of Mason, but that's not a realistic move, I don't think.
They're going for
Mason
turn 1
just
there.
has to be careful, and here comes Novatec now.
Oh, 3 wide.
They're going 3 wide. Hissy round the outside into turn 1. Bit of contact. All harmless.
Very good.
Hissy getting the move done.
Very good.
And now the two Mercedes side by side. Oh, he's lost it! Oh no! The two Mercedes have crashed.
Oh.
Well, we saw exactly what happened. The Mercedes on the outside. I don't know which one it was. Just lost traction, went sideways into turn 3, and collected his teammate. Rule number 1, TD.
Don't
in Formula 1.
Your
Do
teammate.
not crash. Don't hit your teammate. Apache and Jumbo side by side now in the hairpin. This race has sprung to life. Oh, and Apache! Apache's hit Jumbo. Oh, and I'm not too sure there if Apache hit Jumbo or Jumbo cut across Apache. But oh, that's a tight one.
I think that was just more of the nature of the corner, that slight kink. Jumbo had to go somewhere.
Yeah, if it's the nature of the corner, Apache should
Yeah.
definitely leave some space. I don't know if Jumbo cut across or if Apache needed to leave more space there, but that was it's a tough call. I'll let you decide in chat what you think about that. But back on board now. Mark behind Apache, who gets now 15 seconds of time penalties. He's had a really good restart up to 5th now, but his time penalties are really gonna ruin his finishing position.
I like people like Phil and Karma not losing as many, with Apache having more penalties.
Yeah, Hissy's got a time penalty as well now, 3 seconds, but Tay is clean, so a chance still for Tay to get ahead of Hissy.
And Tay gets past yeah. Oh no, side by side. Tay going to the inside of TJ.
At 24, so DRS is active on this lap now. Lap 3, after a safety car restart, DRS is allowed again. As in the background, we've got Akari's just having a bit of a snap behind Aki. Keeps it on the straight and narrow. And Tay is up into 8th. Has to stay within 3 seconds of his championship rival Hissy to jump him on the line.
All he has to do, keep it clean. Not very easy at this track.
Subs also keeping it clean. Could be in line for a possible 2nd place here. Phil has 5 seconds of time penalties.
And Karma with 6 as well.
TD, are you right to go into recently played with and just invite Mason back?
Indeed, yeah.
Thank you, mate. Down the inside, there's Sub and Apache going side by side. Sub gave the space for Apache, good clean driving. Apache doesn't go overboard with it, but has the DRS, and now he's right on the tail of that red and yellow Ferrari now.
And he's going for it down the inside.
Fully alongside, definitely deserved that move. And I think Sub just had to cut the corner there to avoid contact, but I think it was Apache's corner, so that's fair.
It'd be interesting to see if Tay catches up to Sub, if Sub holds Tay up for his teammate.
Yeah, that's a very interesting point there. You're welcome, Mason. So Alpha Matti, who we did say earlier in the race could be in with a good shot at a podium here, finds himself leading the race by 3.7 seconds, and his pace on those mediums is absolutely scintillating. Karma, Phil, Apache now into 4th, all have time penalties. This is Alpha Matti's race to lose.
It's got 9.3 seconds to mark, so even if he gets 6 seconds, it'll still be alright. It's just been a really good drive from Alpha Matti so far.
Still time for another safety car to come out though, so the last thing you want to do is push like crazy, get those time penalties. Here comes Mark, brilliant last chicane. Now down the outside of Apache into turn 1. That is the better move, going around the outside, because now you have the Earnside for turn 2. Apache trying to stick around the outside. Mark is ahead.
Clever driving.
Into turn 3.
Hissy down the inside of Apache.
This will be a bold move into turn 5. Going for it.
Oh, what
Sends it up the inside. All harmless Apache. All credit to Apache there for giving the space. Unfortunately for him though, he's lost a couple of grounds, a couple of places in this lap. Sub still within range here of Apache and Hissy, so still could be on for a 5th place finish.
So this just keeps getting better for Hissy.
Yep, Tay struggling to catch Sub here, so Hissy is even with that time penalty, actually ahead of his championship rival, Tay. Good battle for ninth here, Aki leading TJ and Karis. Alpha leads this race by 4 seconds now. Karma and Phil in plenty of space. Jumbo has retired in the pits. Could have been for Jumbo tonight, but unfortunately just hasn't quite worked out for him.
It's all going well until the safety car. I think we're about 4 seconds in front, and then the safety car just came out at an unfortunate time.
He had a certain race win on the cards, but very unfortunate to lose that win. Bit of contact with Patchy as well, which spun him rounds. Obviously wasn't to be for Jumbo. Behind we got Akari's trying to stick his nose down the outside of TJ into the final chicane, and fortunately that move just wasn't quite on there.
These things
Mark
happen.
is catching Phil. Go on.
These things happen in F1 with Jumbo. It doesn't always go your way.
Yeah, he definitely deserved at least a podium here tonight. So sometimes the game hates you. Down the inside goes Apache on Hissy. Aggressive move, I'd say, but Hissy left the space, and if there's space down the inside, you're allowed to go down the inside. Apache gets that move done. I've been impressed here with Apache tonight. Obviously the time penalties don't help, and you know, this is a track where time penalties are common, so I'm not sure anyone could blame Apache for getting 15 seconds, but I've been rather impressed with his overtakings today.
He's had quite good pace. It's just a bit of contact with wall for Apache. He's had quite good pace, good moves. It's just obviously the time penalties. But other than that, very solid drive for me.
And in a couple of laps' time, I'll ask you for a driver of the day.
Oh yes.
So have a think. It's Mark.
TD.
We'll get someone in this lobby.
I'm in the lobby.
Not you, not you. I know as soon as I said that, I was like, yeah, you're still in the lobby. Mark is going to get a podium here as things stand, but doesn't want to rely on just third. He wants to get past Phil here and get within 6 seconds of Karma, which they're currently not, so Mark has second place on his radar, but needs to get past Phil as soon as he can here.
Phil's doing a very good job for his teammate with the defence that he's making.
Stays on the inside, almost looked like there was going to be contact between the two. Mark, it's a double DRS for one activation, so Mark does get the DRS on both straights.
That's a move done.
And now Mark has 1.5 seconds to gain on Karma in the next 4 laps if he wants second place. The one thing that Phil is going to worry about now is Hissy behind. Hissy needs to be within 2 seconds of Phil, and now is only 1 second ahead, so Phil might lose out here on place to Hissy and Sub and possibly Tay behind as well.
I think the problem for the guys on the medium tyres, 13 laps, are going to be starting to struggle towards the end. Possibly more loss of traction and just general tyre performance that could come back to them people on the hards.
Mark here could be in a nice little spot on those hard compound tyres to try and close that gap now to upcoming Karma. Obviously if Karma or Mark get a time penalty here, it could be curtains for whatever position they're hoping for today.
TJ spun at the hairpin.
Still a really interesting fight here between Phil, Hissy, Apache and Sub. Sub is going to jump up to the top of this tree and take 4th here. Apache will definitely be at the bottom of this group. Hissy will jump Phil as things stand, and Tay is not going to jump anyone apart from Apache here. So as it stands, Tay's going to finish 7th in this race, and Hissy's going to finish 5th.
It means a 4-point swing in the championship.
Yep.
Any points are crucial.
Hissy will go into Silverstone next week with a 19-point advantage, almost a whole race win. It's a nice advantage to have at this stage in the championship.
Yeah, 9 rounds in, and any lead really is good, but a bigger lead, close to a race win, that's very solid and takes a little bit of pressure off you. You know that you need to just keep it clean for each race and then get the job done that you can on track.
Ferrari's making moves. Hissy right on the tail of Phil, Sub right on the tail of Apache. Can the Ferrari team get some more points on the constructors board?
I think Apache just needs to, Sub just needs to be sensible here. If he just sticks behind all 3 of them, keeps up with them, he'll get the P4 easily and get good points for the team.
Yeah, if he fights too much with Apache, there's a chance that Apache will drop far behind Hissy and Sub won't actually jump his teammate. So it'll be interesting to see if Sub actually lets off towards the end of this race and lets Hissy stay ahead, being in the championship fight. That'll be interesting to see.
Oh, bit of a snap there for Sub as well, just doesn't need little mistakes like that.
So those medium tyres that you were talking about a couple of laps ago don't seem to have affected that top 2. Alpha Mati still leads Karma by 4.8 seconds, and Karma still leads Mark by over 7 seconds. And with 1.5 laps left, Mark still needs to be within 6 seconds of upcoming Karma to steal P2 away from Red Bull.
Well, he's had a good couple of corners there through turn 1 and 2. He's gained a good 4/10 this lap, and it's now down to 8/10 that Mark needs in this final lap and a half. It's possible that he just needs to make sure it's right.
Karma's lost a whole second in this opening sector here, on this middle sector, of lap 34. So it's not the fact that Mark's super quick, it's the fact that Karma made a couple of mistakes there.
Yeah, I think
maybe the pressure.
Karma's struggling a lot with his tyres. It's now, I think he's lost 1.1 seconds to Mark now.
Could be a very interesting final lap of the race as Mason gets 12 seconds now of time penalties. Novatek with the maximum, but the most penalties so far, as there goes Hissy on Phil. And with another car between the 2 Ferrari cars, could be a potential here. If Hissy has a good last lap of the race, that he could potentially jump his teammate on penalties here.
Yeah, he just needs to push as much as possible, but not too much where he spins.
Oh, Mark spun at turn 2! I was just about to say Mark is 6 seconds behind Karma, but he's lost it.
He's beached, he can't get off the curve.
You can reset to track if you're beached. You are allowed to do that. Oh, he's beached, and that is such terrible luck for Mark. And he's disqualified. Oh, he's disqualified. That's so unfortunate. Oh, that is such bad news.
That's so unfortunate for Mark. He was having a great race as well.
He's got to move on Tay, but Tay will still get back on time penalties. Around the final corner comes Alpha Mati. What looked like an impossible race win earlier on takes the win here in Canada. Upcoming Karma looked to be dodgy for maybe a P2 at the end there, but does get it. Unfortunate Mark in that final lap of the race. Hissy comes home to take in a very unlikely, actually,
Sub
has
gets
just
it.
nicked his teammate onto the podium, but good points there for the Ferrari team. Phil, just that 5-second time penalty cost him a podium here tonight and finishes in 5th. Take her easy. Clean race from them, ends in 6th place. Akari's in 7th. 2 McLarens. Apache had really good pace there, but just 21 seconds of time penalties. Probably just a little bit too much on this track. They finish 8th and 9th. TJ Steely rounds out the points and takes home 1 for the Alfa Romeo group. Chelsea, not too much practice, I don't think. Missed quali, so not the race that Chelsea was hoping for. Novatek finishes in 12th, and Mason comes home to finish in 13th place.
Oh, I got an achievement. Spectated an online race.
Congratulations, Tom.
Yes!
Mark, by the way, if you are beached on a curb, you can reset to track. I don't know if you're aware of that, but yeah, just so you know for the future, if you are beached on a curb, you can reset to track. That is allowed.
That's to anyone.
So, there you have it. Jumbo with the DNF after what looked like an almost certain race win, but contact after the safety car restart with Patchy and a retirement in the pits. Bloisey, Sox, Maverick all retiring in the pits as well. Mark with that super unfortunate disqualification right at the end. So, TD, I'm going to ask you for your driver of the day.
Yes! I think it kind of has to go to Matty. 9th on the grid to 1st. Didn't put a foot wrong. And just generally drove well the whole race. I gave a couple of nominations to Hissy. Just from 11th, having contact back up into 4th. I'd say probably Tay as well, drove a good race, 13th to 6th, and I think another nomination has to go to Mark. Was looking like a P2, but then that unfortunate spin, but Mark didn't really put a foot wrong the whole race, so yeah, another nomination to Mark.
Yeah, definitely a good shout for driver of the day, but congratulations to Alfa Matti taking home his 2nd race win of the season, I believe, and 2nd in IIRL.
I wish I won a race.
Well, Nick. Me too, mate. So next week we are at Silverstone for many drivers' home race. Join us on Tuesday night for that. We'll also be letting you know about a sponsor we have for the stream and how one of the drivers on each race next week can win a £15 Xbox voucher. So why not join us for that? It's going to be a little bit different. Sorry?
I have a proposal.
Go on.
I think IIRL should make a league for just me and you so that we can win a race.
But then one of us wouldn't win, so...
Well, if we do 2 races, go the opposite way, and then we've got to win.
Well, if you like that idea, type a W in chat right now.
W!
Thank you to everyone who's been in the chat. It was a very entertaining race. TD, stop spamming. Before we go, we're going to drop you over to another league. We're going to raid another channel here. I hope you have really enjoyed the stream tonight. Next week we are at Silverstone, so yeah, make sure you join us for that. Thank you everyone who has been in the chat. I can't actually raid this one, so I'm going to raid someone else instead. That's annoying. Yeah, go and join this guy, drop a follow, say hi, do whatever you want to do. He's a fantastic racer, really, really quick. I can't raid him either. Why can't I raid anyone?
I will just say quickly, thank you, Tim, for hosting the race and hosting the stream. Obviously, you're not meant to, but thank you for doing it.
You're more than welcome. And for some reason, I can't raid anyone. It's not letting me. So,
Go
tell you
make
what,
dirt chocolate.
I'm gonna post their link in the chat. So it'll be like a raid that's not a raid. Join this FTR Spinala, really good racer,
Oh, he's
really
good.
lovely guy. So yeah, go ahead, say hi. We will see you on Tuesday night for No Assist Tier 1 for round 10 of 22. Yes, we are already into double figures now for the season. We'll see you on Tuesday. Thank you to everyone who's been in chat. Thank you to TD for joining me. And well done to Alpha Matti for winning the race here tonight. No, you're welcome.